Namaste, loves, and welcome. My name's Neen Puliano, and I'm the owner and creatrix of Urban Oracle. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, I cannot believe 2021 is almost over, and voila, it was filled with so many things, not all of which were fantastical. So anyway, congratulations, you made it through another year. I hope it was filled with beauty and abundance and generous friendships and relationships, adventure, joy, lots and lots of laughter, fur babies, beautiful family and friends. I hope it was a good year for you. And if you've had challenges this year, I can relate. I would just say congratulations. You know, this is a difficult time. With the pandemic, it's a difficult time for everyone in very different ways. We're all experiencing some challenges that are very, very different, very individualistic given our own specific situations. So good job to everybody for making it through. Two things I would like to share as a end of the year 2021 is to offer, I have two gifts for you. So the first gift is a tradition that I haven't done in a while, and I've decided that I'm gonna start doing it again, and I'll start by doing it this year. So I wanted to share it with you all in case you all wanted to give it a try. So it's an end of year recap, and this whole idea is to get into better practice. It's a manifesting tool, and it's also to get into better practice in recognizing the things we have achieved. Oftentimes it's really easy for us to get dragged in and sucked into all the things we're not doing or all the things we still need to do, and the pressure just kind of keeps building and building. But we forget often to praise all the things we have achieved or have accomplished, or revisiting things where we said, I want to do this, and then we totally missed it and forgot that we actually did end up doing it. Like, you know, now that we think back on it, we're like, oh, I did check all those boxes off my list. That's amazing. So, end of year recap, what you would do is you would journal, just bullet point list, all the things you're grateful for that you have accomplished in 2021, okay? So you make your whole list of all the gratitude you have for the things that you've achieved in 2021. And it could even be things like, I made a new friend, okay? It wasn't on like a to-do list of any kind, but it was something that you feel really grateful for and it did occur during 2021. So you make that list, bullet point, and then you're gonna make a secondary list. And the secondary list is a manifestation list. And you're writing, I don't know if you know what pray, rain journaling is, right? Pray, rain journaling. It's very cool. But essentially you're writing things in the context as if they've already happened, okay? It's already occurred, you've already received it, and you're writing it from the stance of how you feel because you've already had it. So this secondary list is to be written as if it was December of 2022, okay? And you're writing it in the context of, I'm so grateful to have achieved or done or performed or created these things. So you're writing it as if it's already happened, and you're listing out your gratitude for the end of December 2022. Okay, so you've got your two lists. So that's one fun thing that you can try before we wrap up this year. And the second gift I want to give to you is this idea of asking better questions. So I'm gonna be popping in and out of YouTube on occasion, offering you a reflective question for the month. So please tune back in if you're looking for impactful questions to ask yourself throughout your particular day. We'd love to hear from you. You can comment below how that question's serving you, not serving you. If you have questions about the question, we'd love to hear about it. So the question I'd like to leave you with to ponder through the remaining month of December, take it with you into 2022, if it really resonates for you. And it's the idea of, is it possible I have misunderstood? Is it possible I have misunderstood? Now, this particular question is really a two-parter, because even if you ask yourself this really powerful question that can stop you dead in your tracks when you say, is it possible that I have misunderstood? That can get you thinking about a circumstance or scenario in some new ways. It can create some new space that can bring in new clarity. But just asking yourself that question and just thinking about the answer to that question or answers to that question isn't quite enough to fully complete this like beneficial and impactful opportunity that could be held within that question. So the second part to this question is, after you've asked yourself this, the next thing you'd want to do is you'd want to go seek out the clarification. And the only way you can do that is by including into the conversation the one who was originally you were connecting with about the circumstance, the convo, the situation, the argument, whatever happened, okay? Is you would need to go back to the source, and here's an example of something that, a way that you could phrase it. You could say, okay, in our conversation, you said this, or this is what I heard you say was XYZ. I understood that as ABC. Is that what you meant? Clarification. Is that what you meant to say? And it's not just about what they say, it's about how you interpreted it. This is how I interpreted what I heard. This is what I heard. This is how I interpret it. Is this what you meant? Okay, seek clarification. It's so important. Suffering can be reduced so much if we are willing to communicate and to connect with each other about things. So I really, really, really would love to gift you a third gift of go into 2022 and communicate your little heart out, seek clarification, ask better questions. You know, it's really like just a lasting wish and prayer that I would have for anybody on the planet. Friend, foe, all of everyone and everyone in between and anyone I've never met. Like, I just really, really, really encourage you to lean into conversations, especially when they're uncomfortable. Lean in, seek clarification, share, this is what I understood, and be open to receive something that's totally different than how you received it, okay? So yeah, like conversations are hard and they're not always comfortable, and we're not always comfortable being uncomfortable, and we're not always comfortable conversing, period. Like, we all have our own different comfort zones with that, but to communicate poorly or effectively, but to really just dive in and be willing to communicate and to connect, I swear and promise it's going to benefit all of your relationships. It really, really will. It's so important. So no matter what your comfort level is, no matter what you're struggling with, ask yourself, is it possible I misunderstood? Is it possible I misunderstood? I've misunderstood plenty of times. Like, we are human, and we, depending on what's going on with us in the day or in the year or in the month, maybe a circumstance reminds us so much of something else that happens in our life that we're no longer able to really participate with that situation or those words clearly, because all we can think about is what's already happened to us, that similar experience. And that's the only thing we can think about, okay? So things to think about, okay? So is it possible that I've misunderstood? Restate, you know, get into a conversation, reconnect, reach out to that person, say, this is what I heard you say. This is how I interpreted what you said. Is this what you meant? And let them tell you if you are totally on the right track, at which point you might say like, okay, yeah, I'm still not cool with it, which could totally be the case. But maybe it's something else entirely. And golly, like, I don't want anyone to lose out on friendships or beautiful connections because of a misunderstanding. It's really sad when stuff like that happens. So be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and do your best, and it's okay. And I hope that's helpful to you. I feel like it's not comfortable. It's not a comfortable suggestion, but I hope you're able to roll with it. Or it might pop up in your mind the next time you're in a circumstance where you're like, what the hell did they just say? And you might be able to step back just a little bit. Be like, okay, hang on. Maybe I've misunderstood. And I'm gonna go find out if I did, okay? So beautiful, beautiful 2021 wrap up for all of you. I hope it's magical and amazing, and have a beautiful end to your year. Namaste.